Hello, am I going? Hello, everybody. Dr. Graham here, Catherine Marie here, and well, we made it through the week. Catherine got to the office early. This is, by the way, being recorded on Black Friday. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving Day. So you if you kept track of our videos, you know what's taking place with this container. I know that she's kind of calling it a Dybbuk box. I'm kind of calling it a whatever container. It's more like a hat box. It is different. It's interesting, and I'm not gonna, I understand something about Dybbuk, the Jewish evil spirit, malevolent spirit, creature, demon, whatever you want to call it. But that, from what I understand in Jewish mythology, attached to an individual, not a box. That's kind of a new story. Is it possible? Of course, anything, in my opinion, is possible. So, anyway, I'm calling it a container. She's calling it a Dybbuk box. We still don't know what's in it. We still don't know what it is. There was an interesting thing that happened. We brought it home from the cemetery, as you saw the video. Left it here, I believe, on Sunday night. Monday morning we came. Some things were disturbed, and no one had been here. Subsequent to that, I came and gave it. I had to do some things yesterday here at the office, and nothing strange had happened. But I made a short little update video on that. Still trying to decide what we're going to do with it. And because of this stuff that's happening, I don't want to open up a portal. She's more afraid than I am. She don't want anything disturbed. There's always possibilities of whatever, because we don't know what's in here. We don't know what we could be letting loose if we open it up. And she's got to be here in this office. She lives in this area and whatnot, and I don't want her living in fear or getting hurt or any of the above. So we're trying to decide what we want to do with this box. She wants to get rid of it. I don't want to throw it away. I'd like to see what's in it. But we're concerned about opening it up here, especially, or either one of us opening up. I don't know. I listed it. She listed it. Did it. I can't talk on eBay. And we got somebody watching it. It's only been up there a couple of days. So I don't know if anybody will purchase it. The qualifier for a purchaser is that they agree that if they're going to open it, that they video it so that we can all see what takes place, and to keep us posted if there's any more suspicious supernatural activity going on. Now, we do and have done, I've been involved in the paranormal, ghost hunting, and that sort of stuff all my life. I've got some of the tools. In my briefcase over there is the thermometer thing, and then we've got the spirit box here and whatnot. So we're going to work with this a little bit. The purpose of this video, I think I dropped the ball. Catherine got here to the office before I did this morning. I think she made a video of this. Catherine, what did you find when you came in this morning?
The box was laying to my left on the floor. There was an elf on top.
She's got these Christmas elves over here in the lobby, and
an elf was laying on the floor. It's so funny saying elf. With a crucifix laying on his chest. The purple ribbon had decorated the tree, and I had a broken bottle of holy water laying in the floor.
Which is kind of underneath the little tree and where the purple, yeah. And she's laughing because of the elf on the shelf thing. She's got 4 of them sitting on there, and 5 of them. Okay, I can't count. Oh. But one of them was laying in the middle of the floor, she said, with a little cross that we had left on here was laying on top of the little elf on the floor. Scared her, but I'm kind of laughing about it.
Laughing.
You think about that.
Elf on the shelf. They
She
moved.
showed me because she opened the door and freaked out. Her coat was kind of thrown over to the side, and she started recording immediately. And I guess she did it from your phone.
Yes, it's on my phone.
So anyway, we got to get off the phone so we can share it with you. But I think this box is on its side over there. Well, it's not really funny. It scared the crap out of her when she got here. But the elf was laying on top of this like it had jumped and tackled it and knocked it over. Anyway, you'll see the video later. She's got to upload it off her smartphone so we can share. So anyway, there's been more more than one interesting thing that's happened, and of course I've seen a lot. It's easy for me to laugh because I've experienced a lot of interesting, unexplainable things in my lifetime that I'm not going to take the time to share here. I used to do a radio show called Abnormal Radio, and I interviewed a lot of people, and it was along the lines kind of what they used to do with Art Bell on Coast to Coast Radio, and I did that for a while. Anyway, so now we're set, and we're going to. I'm not going to say we're going to open the box now. That's not where we are. After these occurrences around here, even though she's laughing about the elf part, she don't want to end up taking something home with her. And there's a lot of times that she has to be here by herself in the offices, and I don't want her to be concerned over any of that. So anyway, because of things I spent the night in haunted places. I worked with different ghost hunting and paranormal research groups, and on throughout my life. I was involved in the paranormal clergy, where we did minor exorcisms and a few major exorcisms, home cleansings and all that stuff. We got this, I think it's called an EMF meter that detects. We're going to do this in a minute. Right now I'm just going to set that there. We're going to play with the spirit box a little bit. We'll kind of get a feel if we can detect what this is all about. I put it out in the neighborhood. Does anybody know anything about it? They've got a website for the neighborhood. Nobody's laid claim to the box. Nobody's responded except one person said it looked like a hat box. Another person. Anyway, nobody has laid claim to the box. We can't find out who it belongs to. As I've explained in earlier videos, yes, it was found in a cemetery. No, it was not found on a grave or near a grave. It was a good 20 feet or more from any grave, so I could not be connected to a particular grave. It was buried under debris, partially buried. We're still cleaning it up because every time this thing ends up being thrown around by whomever, it scatters trash around here. But anyway, it is not like anything that I've seen when I researched on the internet with Dybbuk boxes. It doesn't look anything like any of those outside of having the red wax on it. It does have, as we presented before, what could be the Jewish Star of David. There is something in it. It's got a little bit of weight. I would say maybe 10, 12 pounds. But it's not heavy enough to contain the full human cremains of an adult. At best, if there were cremains in it, it would be a very small newborn child or something like that, because I have worked in a funeral home, I've dealt with cremains, and believe me, an adult body being cremated, that box of cremains, that has some substantial weight to it. So, if it were to do with anything of that nature, it would have to be of a child because of the weight. And of course, when you get down that small, you could always say it could be somebody's pet. Why it would be where it was, we have no clue. Nobody's laid claim to it. We put it out in the community. We put it on the internet in the community, and nobody has a clue. So I brought it back to the office because of where it was located, thinking that maybe I could find the owner of it. It would have been a lot easier if it had been sitting on a grave. If it had been sitting on a particular grave, then we just research the obituary of the person buried in that grave and track down family members and go from there, but nothing of that sort, not even near. The closest grave sites it was to was actually early part of the 20th century and later part of the 19th century, so nothing of any recent history at all. And as old as this seems to be, I couldn't say that it's 100 years old. I don't have a clue. The twine is in pretty good shape, and of course I don't know if that degrades much over time or not. Anyway, we've described the box, we've talked about it. Now we're going to try to find out if we can determine in a psychic sort of way, get any messages. First of all, we're just going to put our intention here. She has a lot of interesting things come to her. There was a bad accident on Interstate 65 that she was unaware of, that I was caught. I had to skirt around. The interstate was totally blocked down, and she, at the moment that this all happened, she had talked to me on the phone, and she said, I just got the feeling of someone, a passenger in a vehicle, their head went through a windshield. And by George, that accident interstate that shut everything down, I don't know if the person got killed, but they certainly were seriously injured. Certainly was a serious accident because the traffic was backed up for hours. And so she has these things come to her from airplane crashes, from different things. She's got that. So we're going to use that. I've got my own things that have come to me. I don't know how it happens, but just yesterday or day before, eve of Thanksgiving, was out with someone and talking, and it's not uncommon for me to be able to tune into and be able to feel somebody's presence or something like that. Anyway, interesting things happen. We're going to try to tune into that and see if we can get anything out of this. So the first thing we do is kind of get quiet and meditate for a moment and get in this mode. I'm going to pull this a little bit closer to us. Do you ever have to kind of feel the vicinity of what you're trying to do?
As long as I'm here.
So don't wait on me.
We've got to get this box out of here.
What do you feel?
I keep hearing a woman scream, "Where's my baby?" I got chicken bumps. Or goosebumps, as most people call them. I've never seen a goosebump, so I call them chicken bumps. Can we do the meter? Please.
I think most people are kind of familiar with this, and so see if there's any energy that this will pick up here. Just take a breath. So far, I'm not picking up anything here at all. Earlier, before we started the video, it was strange because I had picked up something, but now the activity is no longer there. I'm just going to kind of lay that there for the moment. We also have the spirit box, and as I stated, she felt or heard a woman scream, "Where's my baby?" Let's get the spirit box going and let's ask some questions. Let's find a way to see if we can get this. Okay, there's a little bit of something. Turn up a little bit, King.
Hello?
If there's a spirit connected to this container, is there a woman connected to this container that lost her child?
Will you talk to me?
Help.
What's your name? Aggie? Is that correct? What is your name? Aggie?
Did you hear her laugh? You said Aggie?
Aggie, how old are you?
12.
I hear your voice. Talk to me, Aggie.
Aggie, did you die when you were 12?
Aggie, did you die when you were 12? You died at 7?
How did you die?
Aggie, how did you die? Something Williams?
Aggie Williams? Are your remains in this box, in this container? In the box.
Aggie, how did you die?
Okay, we're going to shut this down. Go ahead and cut this down. Okay, this is getting too intense. We're gonna stop. Based on that little bit, I'm gonna say it is. I'm not gonna say that there's cremains in it. I will say there is something connected to a child in it. I'm not gonna even suggest that there's any human cremains or remains in this box. But I'm going to suggest, based on a little bit that we learned there, that maybe a little girl by the name of Aggie, possibly Aggie Williams, possibly died around the age 7 or 12. The two numbers we got there. Don't have a clue, again, what's in the box. Don't have a clue why these things are happening. These things could simply have happened. It may not be a malevolent spirit. It could be just maybe the little girl is trapped up in here, just needs to be released so she can go on. And maybe for some reason trapped in there. I'm not going to say, but this is getting too intense and I want to cut this off and stop it for right now. We got a few more days on this eBay listing and I'm not going to end it. There's somebody watching it. I'm not going to open this unless it does not sell, and then I'm not sure where we will go to open it because we've already pretty much decided we do not want to do it in this building or at home, anything like that. Some neutral ground. We may take it back to the cemetery where we found it to open it, if it comes to that. This is very interesting. It's very phenomenal. I have never in all my years run across anything quite like this at this level. I've had a lot of interesting experiences in my life, but this is a new one. I refuse to keep labeling it a Dybbuk box. I just don't know. It's not like anything. If you go through eBay, you go through YouTube, those are usually more modern looking rectangle boxes and they're kind of like nothing. This is interesting. This is someone referred to it as a hat box. It's not a hat box, trust me. I know what hat boxes are, even though this is in the shape of a hat box. It's very interesting. Under here I can tell that there was a little thing to carry this with. Maybe in the day, I don't know, I'd have to research to see if in the day, well, there was a hat box like this. The whole lid does not come off like generally would in a hat box. There's a hinge on this side, and on the front of it where this bump of wax is, I'm assuming would be a latch to where this swung open like that. Don't know those things for sure. The hinge is very visible. What's under here is not visible. So the rest of it's guesswork still at this point. Again, I think we're looking at maybe 10 pounds or so. There's something in there. It's not rattling. It's not making noise except, you know, there's something in there. Don't know what it is. There's been activity around the box since we found it. Twice in this office, when we're not here, some interesting things have happened we found in this box. She is having a rough time here, so we're going to shut this down. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned as we go through this. I think we've got 4 more days left on the eBay listing, and I'm not going to entertain opening this unless it does not sell on eBay. The reason we're selling it, of course, we can always use the funds. Hopefully somebody out there feels more comfortable opening this, or maybe they just want it. The environment we're in is not, we don't want to bring anything bad to the people we serve here. So I'm not as nervous and scared as maybe she is, but I've got to respect other people around me. So there it is. I caught a container. It's listed as a Dybbuk box. I'm not sure that I would call that an accurate listing or not. So hope everybody has a good rest of the day. We're going to call it quits here because that is an exhausting experience. Thank you.